I grew up in Chicago. I have my two parents and an older sister. And then for my dad's job, we like moved all around. So now I'm in like Mount Pleasant, Racine area, which is like 50 minutes from here. I am a freshman here at UW Milwaukee. I'm actually the first one to go to college in my family.
Being a first generation student,
Mhm.
did you feel any kind of internal pressures from becoming a student in college?
Yes, I felt a lot of pressures because I am kind of clueless when it comes to all this type of stuff. And I knew that my mother, coming like as an immigrant from Mexico, most people didn't go to college there when she was growing up.
I'm Brianna Ganales. I grew up in Watoma, Wisconsin. 2,000 people lived there. It was predominantly white, Republican, conservative. I've seen signs like White Lives Matter being posted. I've had people touch my hair. It's been an experience, especially because sitting here today, I'm an Afro-Latina. I identify as that, but I didn't always. I didn't get to that point till I got to UWM, where I saw people that looked like me. I saw diversity. I saw culture. Once I realized I did want to go to college, I think that's when all the pressure came in. Once I got into like, okay, this is what I want to do, then it just all flooded in.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that. You haven't been getting good grades. Like, you have good grades, but you don't have, that grades, or you don't have Ivy League grades. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not good enough? I want to just now I'm ready to do this. Now I'm ready to go to college, and now I can't. What is this? Financial troubles. Even if I did have the good grades, would I have had the financial support to do it? Transportation. Nobody in my family had a car that was trustworthy, again, because of financial issues. And there were things like FAFSA. A lot of paperwork, a lot of jargon, a lot of lingo you don't understand. Nobody prepped you to understand this, but you're expected to do it in order to be able to fund your college experience. I remember freaking out when I had to do it. Not to mention, it's asking very like probing questions. And I'm a first generation student because my father didn't go to college, and there's a reason for that. He was scared. There was so many people using language at him that he didn't understand. He felt stupid, and I don't think that that's an accident. I think as a Mexican man living in America, he was made to feel that way. They wanted to weed out the people that like weren't set up to succeed.
Yeah.
My name is Maya Yang, and I am the director of the Inclusive Action Center here, and my pronouns are she, hers, and hers.
What is your national origin?
I am Hmong, and my families are originally from Laos. We are refugees of the Vietnam War. For the first 10 years of my life, I didn't know anything beyond the barbed wire fences. Then my family came to the United States when I was 10.
How did your family first react about you wanting to go to college?
Oh my goodness. My mom, she's very traditional in our culture, Hmong. As a woman, you're not supposed to leave the house until you're married. Me going off to a different city to college and away from my family was, my mom couldn't comprehend with that. And so she got really mad when she found out that I was applying for college, and she refused to sign my college application and told me that if I really wanted to go, I'm gonna have to sign it. And if I leave, don't come back.
Being the first person in your family to go to college, would there be any pressures from anybody in the family? Did you feel like you were kind of over to them by chance?
Yes, absolutely. My parents for sure wanted to live vicariously through me. And there was the extra added pressure that my older sister actually didn't go. She's 6 years older than me. After she was like, yeah, college isn't for me right now. Like, gotta focus on my family now. From then on, it was like, you're going. Like, and that was just it. I had no choice in the matter, which I planned to anyway. But it was just like, it just kind of felt weird that if I ever decided that it wasn't for me, that I wouldn't be like accepted for that.
Because at that time, I remember feeling really helpless. Like, this is the person, you look to your parents for help, but in a situation like that, they're the last person that can typically help you if you're a first generation student. Not to mention, you don't want to cause a rift between your parents, asking them that personal information. Yeah, sure, they're probably fine with you hearing it, but yeah, they don't want a third party. And you're doing it on the internet, right? So they're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And yeah, I was scared. I didn't want to cause like any rift between my dad and I by simply asking information that I needed to further my life and my journey. So it was very, very hard even to tap into that like experience. Now it's like, ooh, that's a bruise, that's a sore spot.
I left for college, and my mom never came to see me. She never supported me in any way, and not even any financial support.
How is your first year of college going? And do you think it's been a little trickier as navigating that as a first gen?
Yeah, it's definitely been a little trickier dealing with all this stuff as a first gen because your parents are there and they want you to do good, but it's just like they just don't have the knowledge. I actually had to apply from my phone. Like I didn't even have a computer. I literally typed the essay to get in and everything from my iPhone, which is I was like, oh my God, I'm such a this generation. Like I literally applied to college on my phone, but I like didn't know how like other I just fumbled through it.
About the struggles of knowing that my mom didn't support, my family didn't support me going off to college, and no one wants to come see me. You have families, and you have friends and classmates and roommates whose parents are always visiting them, checking out on them. It kind of hurts. And like I say, I didn't care, but deep down, I do care. And it hurts, but like it is what it is. And I had to persevere and I had to work hard and I had to prove to my family that I didn't just come there for nothing. I don't see that as a bad thing now that I'm much older. I see that as it's actually a good thing because it motivates me to want to work harder, to want to accomplish, and to want to strive harder. When you experience pain, you have all kind of different emotions running through your head. But at the end of the day, you only have two choices. Either let that destroy you or let that be something to build you. And so I have to let it build me because I wasn't just going to be there to waste somebody's time.
So I was like, okay, let's go find out what mental health is.
Yeah.
What is that? I didn't grow up learning about that. And my therapist was, asking the general questions, what brings you in today? And I was like, it just kind of flew out of my mouth. It just like word vomit. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't feel like I'm living my life. And when I said that, I was like, whoa, my truth came out. And that's really the fact about truth is that it always comes out in the end. And for me, my truth was that I wasn't living my life. And it wasn't because of anything supernatural or anything. It was actually super simple. It was the fact that I felt like I was living to everybody else's standard. I was defining myself by being a first generation student. Oh, I'm the first one to go to college. That was my everyday motivation. I am the first one to go to college. I have to go do this. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I do feel like I'm living my life every day because that's not my motivation. First generation student, when it blooms like a flower or something, when it's more complex than just a baseline, you're the first person in your family to go to college, then it feels more personal and it feels more in tune. So that's kind of the journey I had through therapy, through conversations, was just that, like, if I kept defining myself simply as the first person in my family to go to college, then I would probably be the first person in my family to go to college and fail at college. Because it just wasn't right. That's just not me.
So I don't have an American dream. I just know that I have to find a way to break out of poverty. I had to find a way to find the best version of me and not be chained by whatever things that is holding me back. When I was younger, I keep blaming my culture. But now that I'm much older, those aren't chained. There are things, the building blocks that you mentioned, right, that will make me, become who I want to be if I know how to use those building blocks.
Are you familiar with the concept of the American dream? Yes, and yeah, it's like
right, like I am aware of it. Have I lived it? No.
So, do you think that concept is worth it for someone like us?
No, it's something that's unattainable. Like, I came out of the womb with my skin color, which means when asked if I could ever live the American dream, the box was automatically no.
Yeah.
Then the layer of being a first generation student, that's another no. I don't need to keep hearing no's. I'm not going to keep doing that my whole life. This, where I live, the life I live, that's my dream. That's my Black dream. That's my Afro-Latina dream. That's my minority dream. I don't care about an American dream. I just happen to be in America, which in my eyes, it's a made-up term. It's a social construct. Because this isn't even American land that we're sitting on right now. This is stolen land. So to try to strive to meet a dream that was stolen, I don't want it. I don't want to obtain it. And I say that now to anybody listening, but more so to that girl that wanted that at some point. I wanted to straighten my hair and look like all the other girls that had straight hair, blue eyes, pale skin. I wanted that. I wanted that so badly. And some part of me wanted things like college and all of that for the wrong reasons, and because I wanted to be like everybody around me. And now that I have realized why I want it, I realize it's couldn't be farther from the American dream. It's my dream. I mean, taking it a step further, like, what happens when I graduate? Then what's my identity, right? If I've been preaching and saying I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and then I graduated, then it's like, what's my identity then? I didn't want to feel like I was scrambling to find out who I am. I want to find that out as soon as I can so I can live as that person.
I was really excited. And my mom couldn't believe it. She was really excited. A lot of people was giving her praises that she has a daughter who graduated from college. And I was the first and the only one. And I'm also the youngest. And so I'll be the last of my immediate family. And so my mom, her mentality started changing. She got really excited, and then she's telling all my little nieces and nephew that they have to do what Auntie Maya do and go to college.
I think just reflecting on everything I said, I would say always put yourself first, your needs, your wants. Yes, you're doing it for your family, but you can only do it because of you. So you have to put your needs first, which means if you want to go out and have fun, go out and have fun. Yes, study for that 8 a.m., do those exams, do all of that good stuff. But yeah, go have fun, because I think reflecting back on the 4 years, I do not regret those nights I stayed out.